An pointed us toward heaven. Where does Ki lead us? Our previous investigation followed the An family of names from ancient Mesopotamia to the 1st century. Now we begin another journey. This time we follow the Ki family. Our story continues with the oldest surviving literature known to humanity. There we encounter the name Kišar. In conventional translations of the Enuma Elish, Kišar is understood as one of the primordial beings, paired with Anshar in the ancient Mesopotamian account of creation. For historians, Kišar belongs to the distant world of Sumer and Babylon, or does it? Could a name first written on clay tablets have survived thousands of years, crossing empires, languages, and civilizations? As before, we will begin with the earliest surviving evidence, follow the historical record wherever it leads, and distinguish between what the ancient sources explicitly tell us and the questions those sources invite us to ask. Our journey begins with a single name, Kišar. More than 4,000 years ago, Sumerian scribes recorded the names Anshar and Kišar on clay tablets that remain with us today. In the conventional understanding, An means heaven and Ki means earth. Together, Anshar and Kišar are translated as whole heaven and whole earth. They stand among the earliest primordial beings in the Mesopotamian creation tradition. For historians, this is where the story begins. Our investigation begins with a simple observation. If Ki means earth, then we should ask whether that ancient idea, and perhaps even the name itself, continued its journey as civilizations rose and fell. Did it disappear with Sumer, or did it survive under new names and in new languages? That is the path we'll follow, one civilization at a time, one name at a time. In Akkadian and Babylonian, Ki became Ersetu. In Hebrew, Aries. The ancient Sumerian word Ki seems to disappear, or does it? Rather than asking only how words evolved, we ask whether ancient scribes sometimes preserved older ideas within names themselves. Look again at Kišar. Conventionally, it is translated whole earth. But if the name was also intended as an enigma, another possibility emerges. Ki remains earth. However, Sa may be read as Isha or woman of light. Together the name becomes Earth, Woman of Light. This is not the conventional translation, it is the beginning of an investigation. As we saw in our study of Anshar, the ancient names may preserve more than one layer of meaning. Our task is to follow the evidence and see where it leads. The Hebrew consonants in the word Erez are RS, which can be rendered Ora Isha and translated light woman. If Ki means earth, and if Sa preserves the enigma Isha or woman of light, then a remarkable possibility emerges. Perhaps Kišar was intended to evoke more than the physical earth beneath our feet. Perhaps she represents the earth itself as a living, life-giving presence, the woman from whom all life springs, the one who nourishes, sustains, and renews. This is not the conventional translation of the Sumerian name, it is the next step in our investigation. As we saw with Anshar, the ancient names may preserve more than one layer of meaning. One visible, one concealed, one read by everyone, the other waiting to be discovered. If so, Kišar may be remembered not only as Earth, but as the Earth Woman of Light. As centuries passed, civilizations rose and fell. Languages changed, empires expanded, yet the image of a life-giving feminine presence continued to appear. In Sumer, she was remembered as Inanna, in Akkad and Babylon as Ishtar, among the Phoenicians, Astarte, in the land of Canaan, Asherah, and in Greece, Gaia, the earth herself. Historians recognize that these traditions developed in different cultures and over many centuries. Some were identified with one another in the ancient world, while others remained distinct. Our investigation asks a different question. Do these recurring figures preserve a shared memory of the Earth Woman? If Kišar can be read as Earth, Woman of Light, and Erez can be read Light Woman, perhaps these names are more than isolated traditions. Perhaps they are echoes of an idea whose roots reach back to the earliest civilizations. Now let us examine three of these names as enigmas. Ishtar preserves the consonants STR, read as an enigma. Isha Ora becomes woman life light. Astarte preserves STRT. Isha Ora T is translated woman life light life. Asherah preserves SRH. Read as Isha Ora, it again reveals woman light. Three cultures, three names, three remarkably similar consonant patterns. Coincidence, or another thread waiting to be pulled on? Our investigation now enters the Hebrew scriptures. The name Asherah preserves the consonants SRH. Soon we encounter another familiar name, Sarah. The same consonants appear once again. Later, in the book of Esther, another closely related pattern emerges, STR. These names are traditionally understood as belonging to different women living in different times. Our investigation asks whether they may also preserve a deeper consonantal tradition. One final step brings us to the family known as the Hasmoneans, another possible enigma. Ha-Isha Anna is translated the woman mother Anna. If that possibility has merit, then the path from Kišar to Asherah, Sarah, Esther, and finally the Hasmoneans may preserve a continuous thread stretching across centuries. And that thread leads us directly to one final woman, Luke's Anna. Luke introduces Anna, the prophetess who recognizes the child in the temple. The same gospel names Joanna, a woman who supports the movement and later appears among those who report the empty tomb. At the center of the Jerusalem priesthood stands Annas. Acts then introduces several different men named Ananias. Beyond Judea, the Roman world preserves the related names Antonius and Antonia. Conventionally, these names have separate histories and meanings, yet when placed together they form a striking pattern. Could Hasmonean preserve both sides of the enigma? Ha-Isha the woman, the mother, joined to the recurring sounds of Anna, Annas, and Ananias. Coincidence, or another clue? Our journey began with a single ancient name, Kišar. Now another image stands before us, the brilliant morning and evening star, the eight-pointed star of Inanna, and centuries later, Venus Genetrix, the divine ancestor celebrated by Gaius Julius Caesar. History recognizes these as products of different civilizations. Our investigation simply asks whether they may preserve memories of a much older tradition whose threads continue to be woven into later cultures. If so, the journey does not end with Kišar. It leads naturally to two more names that stand beside Anshar and Kišar at the dawn of Mesopotamian history, Enlil and Ninlil. There, another family of consonants begins to emerge.